live. Thank you for your patience as we got going here with some technical issues, but welcome. This is episode number 21, and we're going to have a really great show. We're going to be talking about New York Comic Con today, and we have an amazing panel, a very special guest once again with us. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm anxious to hear all about what's going on in her world these days. But first of all, let's go ahead and we'll introduce the panel tonight, the gallery. With us, as always, Mr. Lawrence Old Jr. with us.
Hey, everybody. Thanks, Chris, for having me on. Welcome, Susan.
Hi.
And we also have from BATCAVE North, I believe, Wayne Manor North.
Hey, guys. Glad to be here. Susan, great to meet you.
Great. Thanks.
We also have, as always, with us, Mr. Jeff Morris.
Hey, guys. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Jeff. Good to see you again.
We also have from Mac Collections, Mr. Mac Main.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hello, Susan, once again.
Hi, Mac.
And doing this once again, of course, she doesn't even need a last name. She's just Susan. So
I'm doing like a Cher vibe now, I guess. Just Susan.
Just Susan.
Or Madonna. I don't know.
Well, welcome. We're really glad to have you back on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So a lot of you out there know that I was supposed to attend New York Comic Con. I had press passes and I was very excited, but because of the close of our house this last weekend, because we just moved, I was unable to go, which was devastating, but I got to live out all of that through some of you in this panel and some of you online and through the various YouTube channels and things like that. So I'm really excited to hear from you guys to see if we get some feedback.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was. Okay. Anyway, I'm really excited to hear from you guys of your experiences, what you guys saw, what you enjoyed. We'll look at some photos tonight as well. I figured that'll be the main thing of tonight, is just kind of looking at the statues, of course, because that's why most of you are here. And just give your overall thoughts of the show itself. So Dan, you were there, Susan, you were there, and Mac, you were there. What do you want to share with the group about your experiences of New York Comic Con from somebody like me that's never gone, that hopes to? But what was your initial thoughts of the event?
Sorry. This was actually a really new experience for me, because I was saying before we went live, I'm used to experiencing New York from like a little tiny booth. And so it was really different to be out and about on the floor and being able to see other statue places in their own environment. So that was pretty cool for me. It almost felt like my first New York all over again. So that was really cool. I was amazed at how insanely crowded the Javits Center gets. Like, it's very, I think, Dan, you were saying it was like aggressively crowded. And that was how I felt too. Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Dan?
Yeah, well, just building on that, it was overly crowded, but at the same time, I felt like the show had a lot to offer.
For sure.
It was, it was interesting with the statue companies. I'm sure we'll get into that a bit, but it was interesting how limited Sideshow's presence was compared to XM. Just on the surface, I felt like XM really brought their A game. They came to play. They had a lot of pieces on display and some, brand new stuff that people hadn't seen and so forth. And I kind of felt like Sideshow played it a bit safe and, with the Cyclops piece. But statues overall, I felt were pretty limited. It was missed seeing Prime One there, missed seeing Iron Studios there. So there were some big gaps. And then Queen Studios had a limited offering. So from the statue side, a little bit disappointing. Artist Alley, on the other hand, was awesome. We spent a ton of time in Artist Alley. Tons of heavy hitter artists there. Got to meet Adi Granoff, who I hadn't met before, who was awesome. A lot of these guys just like to sit and chat, even in the midst of the craziness. So we had a great time.
That's awesome. How about you, Mac?
Yeah, so I agree with Susan. As far as this was my really first con experience. So the first since I got there early on Thursday, it was like okay, and then as the day went along, it just got even more crazy. And then Saturday was or I'm sorry, Friday was insane. So I can't imagine what it was like on Saturday, but I know I was walking around carrying around that my book bag and stuff, and I just don't know how people can move. There's no way to move from place to place in that place without.
I like the book bag thing. I just related so hard to that because I was seriously like, if someone hits my bag one more time, like,
Right.
oh my God.
Right. That's the same thing I thought. So I just thought I was going to just start knocking people over.
It's like, if they hit it, I'm going to hit them back with the bag. Just like,
right. Absolutely. So it was a cool experience. It's, would I do it again? Yes. But I think that I just think there's too many people in that area, in that place at all at one time, just for me.
So the people that have gone to New York versus San Diego, how those crowds vary? Is there more space? Is it more, spread out? What do you guys think about that?
I think San Diego has more space, but I might be delusional there. Like, I feel like I can walk across the floor in San Diego, and yeah, it's still overcrowded, and they probably should cap attendance like less people than they actually do. But I have this idea in my head that San Diego is less crowded than the Javits Center, but I don't know. It's my perception, but I'm probably wrong.
Did any of you go on Saturday?
I was supposed to, and I skipped because Friday was too crowded, and I couldn't imagine being there on Saturday.
Yeah, I think they were saying that there was a line that was stopped to get up the escalator. on one of those days. I think it was late Friday or maybe it was Saturday. I heard that you just couldn't get, like, Saturday was like insane. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't there. I'd have probably lost my mind.
Yeah, same.
Like Thursday and Friday is really the best days to go overall.
Yeah. I think Thursday morning would probably be the best to go. Not everybody go and do that though now.
That's right. We're giving all the secrets away. That's right.
Yeah. Don't go Thursday morning.
Right.
That's what Matt just said. He said, do not attend Thursday morning. It's
do
awful.
Yep. It is the absolute worst.
Susan, did you go and meet any artists? Is there anybody that you were hoping to meet while you were there?
I did get a chance to hang out more at XM Studios, which was fantastic. I love their statues so much, and it was just really cool to like get a booth tour and talk to Brian a little bit over there, and hang out with them and have them kind of just walk me around. I'm sure we'll get into it in the show, but some of my favorite pieces have came from that booth, and some of the things I'm really excited about that will be coming out soon. And that was really cool for me. I didn't even make it down to Artist Alley, Dan, because I saw the crowd movement, and I couldn't do it. So I was a little disappointed because it's one of my favorite parts of the show, but I also got, I did toy shopping on the floor. So you win some, you lose some.
Win some, you lose some. Yeah. Artist Alley, you got to get down there early too. That was the key there. We went early Friday morning and then early Saturday morning and didn't have any issues, but then we came upstairs to go toy shopping, and it was nuts. On Saturday mid-afternoon was just insane. It was crazy.
Now, I'm very jealous of Dan because Dan got to meet Jim Lee.
Awesome.
Which is like a dream for me, of course. And so tell us what was that experience like, Dan? And I have to know.
Jim is just an absolutely awesome guy. It's actually the second time that I met Jim. I met him. I've been to San Diego once in 2014. I went on preview night. I happened to be on an exhibitor pass. I got to go on preview night, and I was there early, and I was walking through the DC booth, and I literally just bumped into Jim Lee and Dan DiDio, and I had to stop him. I stopped and I said, Jim, and he turned and he said, hey, how are you? And he put his arm around me and take a picture, and he was awesome. I saw him again this time, same way. He couldn't have been more pleasant. Hey, how's the con going? You having a good time? What have you seen? I mean, he was awesome.
That's so great. And you went with George too, right? George from MCE went with you.
Went with George from MCE, and George, we walked away from the booth, and George said to me, I think I'm shaking.
Yeah, he's as big of a Jim Lee fan as I am, so that's really cool. That's really awesome. Well, I'm really happy that you got to meet him, and I was kind of shocked when I saw your photo because I had been checking every day leading up to the event to see what artists were going to be there, and I didn't ever see him advertised.
Yeah, we just kind of found out about it the day before. He just said, well, he's going to be here for 1 hour. He's going to be with Scotty Williams and Alex Sinclair, which you get the trio of them. Yeah. They were there for 1 hour. You had to have supposed to have been on the website for the con and won the lottery. Basically, they had a lottery for it. But we went down and said that, any way to get in line, and they said we're going to have an overflow, and we literally, George and I were like the last people to be able to be brought in the overflow line. So it was a treat. It was awesome.
Well, that's awesome. I had not heard of all the lotteries. Does San Diego do the lottery system also, or is it just New York?
I honestly don't remember San Diego doing that, but it could be that I just don't remember.
Well, I'm assuming it has to do with the amount of people probably crammed in there. They can't have everybody.
I know that San Diego does lotteries for like exclusives, but I don't know about like signings or anything like that.
Yeah. So I went down, I wanted to meet Jock, who I hadn't met before, and David, and they were literally sitting right next to Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. And Snyder and Capullo, they literally had 200 people in line at all times. I mean, they had put them in the back of the room so that they could accommodate these big, winding lines. And the lines were capped all the time, and they were at least a couple hundred people at all times.
That was whenever they came to Planet Comic Con in Kansas City. I went to that VIP event, and there was only maybe 40 of us in that room for like 2 hours with them. And they signed everything. They signed like 7 things a piece, but it was just so cool to be that limited amount of people hearing their stories, which was really cool. So I'm not surprised that their lines were that big because they're awesome.
And they're great guys too. They're really, really super gracious. Even the people that work in their booth, super nice. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool. How about you, Mac? Did you go to Artist Alley? Did you see anything that you?
Yeah. So I went down there and I was just kind of checking out the area. It's just, once again, it was just crazy. Just people all over the place. Like, it was very nice on Thursday, and earlier on in the day, you were able to go down there and kind of walk around freely. And then when I was down there on Friday, it was a little easier than it was a little easier navigating down there than it was, of course, where the statues were up top. But yeah, I saw some cool things, got some art prints myself, and yeah, I had a good time.
That's awesome. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to some people in the chat because there's a whole bunch of you in here. We got Fort Renzi Collect, ATV Racer, Real Marino, Paradox Nerd PJs in the house, Edwin Diaz, we got Gabriel Ross, Statue Mania. Hey, Barbara. Junior Statue Collectors here. A lot of people that were in New York. Look like you guys had such a great time.
So yeah, part of that. So I don't mean to cut you off, but part of the best thing about that con was just kind of everybody just kind of coming together and just everybody meeting, the people that were there. That was a cool time. So everybody, I think that just, the collectors and, people that are on YouTube in general just kind of made that event just kind of special,
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
The community is one of my favorite parts it is my favorite part of collecting. And so it was really cool to be able to like put faces to people I hadn't met before. But like Mac, we'd never met in person. So that was really awesome to meet you as well. So yeah, that was one of my favorite parts too.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool.
It's been so neat to see that community grow over the last, 2 or 3 years. And Susan, I credit you a lot to that because of, with you on Sideshow and being on Sideshow Live and different, connecting so well. I mean, people tell me all the time how much you are loved in the community.
Oh, thank you.
And, I think that you are one of the people that have brought people together in that way to make us all feel like we're part of one big community.
Well, I hope to still do that. Like, that's one of the reasons I couldn't stay away very long and had to come back and keep talking to everybody about collecting and all the different types of collecting. It's my favorite thing to do. So I was never going to stay away that long. So I hope to keep doing that for people and to bring more people into collecting and to also, keep everybody like positive and having fun.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. So a lot of you probably know that you are no longer with Sideshow,
Nope.
Which is unfortunate. And we don't have to get into that here as to why or the reasons why. But I did want to see, what are you up to now? Like you said, you have been gone for a little bit, but you're back now. And
Yeah.
what is your plans? What would you like to do? Are you working with anybody? Are you just on your own? Are you doing your own channel? Fill us in.
But okay, I was like, that's a lot of questions.
That's a lot of questions.
As of now, I'm doing things on my own. I started a Facebook page because for me, everything started for me on Facebook. So it seemed natural to stay there. That's where the groups are. That's where the community mostly is. I do want to eventually move into YouTube, but first I want to have a solid base on Facebook and be active in all the different groups and the community. Like I said, it's my favorite part. So that to me is exactly where I want to be right now. My page is just called Susan, and it's facebook.com/realsusand. So that's how you find it. But go ahead and give that a like, and I'll be posting videos there. I've been working, I'm not officially a part of Mint and Sealed Box, but I do work with them. I live with King Zachary V. Oops. And this is his 6 scale collection behind me. He's a big part of the 6 scale community and really positive over there. So he is, so we've been doing kind of like a thing where when we get a new figure, we do what we call it's like not really a review so much as it's like going over the different parts of the 6 scale figure and just like having fun with it, showing posability and things like that. But at heart, for me, I started in statues. I am a statue collector. And so I want to get into doing more of the unboxings, more of the reviews and things like that. But I did just move out to Louisiana, so my collection's not here yet. And it's a little bit difficult to do the statue side right now. So I started with the 6 scale because that's what I had access to. And I forget the rest of the questions you asked me. There were a lot of them.
Yeah, we just wanted to know kind of what your plans were now moving forward and where people can find you. I'll put your stuff in the show links as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it's the Facebook page mostly, and then on Instagram, I'm using my BLOO Blue Susan Instagram. And I'm like I said, I'm moving into YouTube, but right now the community's on Facebook. That's where I'm starting, so that's where I am right now.
Well, that's
Nice.
cool. Whenever you do your YouTube videos, please share it in the Batman Statue Collector group. I'd love to help you as well. So,
and the cool thing is now I can talk about I'm not representing any sort of brand. I'm doing it on my own, which means I can talk about anything that I want to talk about. And that freedom has been priceless. It's really lovely to be able to say I freaking love what XM showed at the show. And I'm cannot wait to unbox some Prime 1 statues. There's a freedom to that that's actually really nice, not being just me and not representing any sort of entity at all. And that's where I want to head to as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whenever you said XM earlier, ooh, it's so weird to hear you say that. But it's
I know.
Awesome.
Did it come out easily, or did you feel like your throat tightened up in a forced grip when you started to say XM Studios?
That time it was a little bit easier. On my first live stream back, I paused and I went and I looked and I was like, oh my God, I had this realization that I could say that I like XM, and that my favorite piece in my entire collection is my XM Studios Doctor Strange. So
there you go.
It's such an amazing piece, and to finally be able to say that is really cool.
That's awesome. Well,
Bruna's here. What's up, Bruna?
Bruna's here. Let me go back in the list here.
Oh, Susan Unchained. I like that, Mac. Thanks.
Yep. You're welcome.
Mr. X is here. We got JW Statues. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody that was here. Oh, Dave Cassie. Congratulations, Dave. Sideshow just started selling one of his statues, so that's
my God, that's amazing! Congrats!
Yeah,
vampire statue, so that's really cool. Congratulations! Definitely pre-order.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah,
piece. Joe Miller's here. Let's see. Wo Rang. Jesse Hernandez. Hello. Eric Bunio.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here tonight. It's so great to have you all here.
Looks like there's 89 in the chat.
That's great.
Wow.
Andy Contreras. ATV Racer. If I missed anybody, sorry. I'll try to get some of these. Looks
like JW Statues did a super chat.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much, JW. It doesn't show me on here on my end of the podcast, but thank you very much.
I'm watching the show on my iPad so I can see the people in the chat.
That's awesome. That's awesome. JW Statues, thank you as always. I've tried to promote you as well. Make sure you definitely check out his channel. Him and his daughter do amazing things. I love his green screen work, so definitely check it out. Really cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's got some great production. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
he does. He works with a family member, and they do all that together. So
he needs to send that guy my way.
Yeah, their Doctor Strange video for that Iron Studios piece was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Barbara says, I saw Susan walking with Zachary when I left the con on Thursday. Would have liked to have a chance to meet maybe next month. Oh, too bad.
You can always stop me. I'm like, it's fine. I love it. So it's next time you see me, just grab me.
I will say you handled that very well because I think people were just pulling at you from every direction. Looks like that's what it looked like that I saw. I felt bad. Just you being there and everybody just kind of. Just kind of gravitate toward you.
And I feel bad because I want to talk to everybody individually. And I felt like I kept breaking up. Like you and I were talking and then I kept getting pulled and I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really not trying to ignore you. Yeah. So that was, Oh yeah. PJ, we ran into PJ a couple of times at the show. Yeah. So that was cool too.
Awesome. Yeah. PJ. Well, I imagine you go into the con, you know what you're going to be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The constant. Yeah. But that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one here that says, you saw you there.
Again, you can totally say hi and just, I'm perfectly happy. I'm really nice. I'll say hi back.
Yeah, she is very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's see. Anybody else want to add about your experiences there before we start looking at photos?
I want to share one thing. I know I said I had an awesome time, but I think Cody Spencer's down here. He's in here. That man waited for over 6 hours to get his book graded.
Wow.
He waited over, and then he didn't even get it graded at the end of the day. He had to come back on Saturday to get it actually finalized. So he went and got it signed, and he had to have one of the people that the CGC people follow him to go get the book signed. Then he waited like just an immense amount of time. So I give that man props for
holy crap
doing that, because I wouldn't have been able to do that, just to stand in the line for 6 hours and it's still not be able to get it done to where at the end of the day come back again and do it all over again. So.
I would have lost it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'd have just heard the screams coming from the artist alley.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
that's like almost a whole day.
Yeah, it was insane. I felt bad for him.
David says, Susan, I just saw Rogues went live, then saw you were going to be on. Always a pro, so happy you're free to tell us like it is. Wish you much success and look forward to watching your future endeavors. So that's
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It's so good to hear, and I would imagine having so much love come your way has got to feel pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, it does. Especially, it was difficult because, I left the community so suddenly, and there's always that fear when you come back, like, should I come back? Does it matter if I come back? So it was nice to get the outpour of love. It was really amazing. So thank you all, everybody here in the chats, everybody here on the show. You guys have been amazing. So I love back to you guys too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out also to Tim. I know people have said he was everywhere at the convention. So, all the brothers and sisters at Darth Castle Open Mic, sounds like you guys were amazing at the show. I do want to give a shout out to Tim. He was going to be on tonight, but he needed to be with his daughter this evening. So
yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to Tim and PJ, because without those guys, I don't think that it would have went as smoothly as it did. And I don't think a Tim sleeps at all. That man was up. Every time I woke up in the morning, he was already up and actually trying to move things together. And he was out late till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I don't understand how that guy. I don't get it. So, like that was for days straight. So yeah.
For those of you that don't know, he actually even organized a New York meetup Facebook group.
Yeah.
For all the people, I think there was wasn't there 69 people in there or something? I think.
Yeah, something crazy.
And so those guys were amazing. And again, I wish I could have attended. I was able to meet a Tim 3 weeks ago in New York, so that was awesome. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to you guys. I know you guys worked your tail off to try to make all that happen again for the community. So I appreciated watching it from afar, and I know if you guys attended, I'm sure you really appreciated it as well. So that's awesome. That's cool. All right, you guys want to get in some photos of the statues?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Good.
All right, let me know if you guys can see what's big on the screen here.
We can see your whole computer.
Uh-huh.
All right, can you see the Aquaman now full size?
Yep.
Almost full size.
Yeah. I don't think it's full sized.
Yeah, I need to do something different here. Hold on. Sorry. Technical difficulties here.
It wouldn't be the first. That's why we were late. My technical difficulties.
Let's see if it'll go now here.
That shot looked like an 80s music video.
How about now? Did that do it right?
It's better.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's just go with it. If you guys can see it, okay. So the first up, we have the Aquaman. This is from Queen Studios. This is the half scale. For those of you that saw it in person, what did you guys think of this one?
That was not there when I came by the booth.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it was a straight bummer. I wanted to see it. So they had, they think they've had it just like that. When I went to buy on Thursday. That was not there.
Yeah, so, it was not there when I went by either.
No. Yeah, I'm kind of salty I missed it, but.
Yeah, he didn't. This one didn't show up until I think it was like late Friday morning, mid-morning Friday.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Did you see it, Dan?
I did. I took a real close look at it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awesome. The one thing, I took a little bit of footage for Chris for the channel, and one of the things I'm sure I said several times as I was recording was the color. The color on this statue is really amazing. The balance, I always think that this traditional suit either looks too gold or too orange.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, they got it, for my taste at least, just right. The texture and the detail is amazing. The green, like his gauntlets and his gloves, there are multiple shades of green. Really just super well done. The pants are, they're a different finish. They're kind of a matte kind of finish with tons of detail, and the boots are the same way. I mean, just overall amazing. The base is really cool. I think I mentioned in my video that the one thing that I kind of didn't love was I call it fish tank flora.
Yeah.
I
don't like that on anybody's stuff.
Yeah, it just
to me, Predator has that, and it looks.
Yeah.
Prime 1 started using those, and
yeah.
I wonder if they'll have I wonder if you can take it off and kind of block it off. If you don't want to use it.
Yeah,
Cut it
it just
off.
Yeah, just break it off and like sand
Yeah,
that
that's
stuff
what I'm
down and
thinking.
customize the base.
There you,
Get
there
some
you go.
wire cutters and just cut that shit to the rock.
Yeah.
But of course, they didn't have the face sculpt there yet. They've been tweaking it. I would assume it's going to be made of that medical grade silicone, like my Joker bust that I have. But it's too bad they didn't have the face. Did they say anything about that, Dan, at the show?
No, they really didn't talk about it other than that they were still working on it.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a big piece. I can't even imagine the price on him.
So I got to
How
ask,
big is it?
so who's getting it? Who's getting it? I just got to know who's doing it. Dan, you in on this?
I am not. That's not one for me.
All right.
Me
Okay.
either.
I was going to say it sounded like it sold itself to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Justice League, collector, or maybe even one of those rare Aquaman collectors,
Right.
it's probably going to be a home run, pending the head sculpt. But
yeah,
it just doesn't fit in my collection.
Gotcha.
Cool piece, though.
Yeah.
So did you say it was half scale?
Yes, half scale.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a half.
Really?
It's huge.
Yeah, massive piece.
Yeah, no. It looks cool.
Half scales are just a little bit too big for me.
I know he'll get it though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Although, does he have
This was at the Sideshow booth. Again, Sideshow, for whatever reason, they only had really one new piece that was shown. And I don't feel like that's too typical from years past. But we did get to see some other pieces in really great light. What did you guys think of Batgirl in person?
Ever since I heard of the banana peel slip, I can't unsee it. So whenever I look,
Wait, what's the banana peel slip?
If you look at it from the front, it looks like she slipped on a banana peel.
Oh no!
So like I can't.
No.
So I can't unsee it. That's bad. I know it's bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Just not digging it.
I like this piece, but I'm not crazy about the face.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
the idea of a Batgirl action pose because we get so few of those. But like there's some Barbara Gordon I feel like has softer features most of the time in the comics. And that face just doesn't do it for me. But I do, like I said, I love the idea of a Batgirl action pose. So
Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah,
hard
but-
because Sideshow's original PF was so good.
the standing one.
Yes.
Yeah, I have that one.
And I used to have it too. And just, to compare these two, it's just so night and day different.
Yeah.
But I agree about the face. I feel like it should have been a lot softer.
Yeah,
And some of the
the smile
colors
doesn't go
people.
with-
Yeah,
Smile
the
doesn't go with
expression.
smashing through a window. It's just the
Yeah.
wrong expression for
Yeah.
what she's
That's true.
doing.
Maybe that's what I'm seeing
You know,
too.
Are you
Yeah.
making a bombshell, or are you make? What do you? It
Right.
seems kind of silly.
Yeah.
So now you got the smile coming through the window and the banana peel. It's just all bad.
Yeah.
One big comedy act here.
So if she is slipping on a banana peel, though, the face makes sense because she's trying to cover it up to
That's
look
true.
cool.
That's true.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Created a whole new story for her.
Cracked it. That's what it is.
Susan fixed the piece already.
She's the fixer. That's too funny. Some people haven't loved the belt either for whatever reason. The belt coming up, but I don't think that looks too bad. Let's see. Next up, this one is from XM Studio. This is a piece that I really liked from the convention. I'm anxious to hear your opinion. This is Batman Hush. What did you guys think of this one?
I love it.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
love
cool
it.
piece. Yeah, I love it too. I like it's it's small. Yeah, very cool piece.
Kind of expensive for the price. Some of XM stuff is pretty pricey for the size. This is 1/6 scale. The only critique that I've heard from people is the neck seam is quite large on him. I think Brian Tan said something in one of the posts that this is not a final version yet. So maybe they might try to close that off a little bit. But but I really like this piece a lot. I think it's really well done. I really like the cape flow and the snow base.
Yep.
I'm assuming this one looks even better in person.
Oh, it does.
Does it look
does.
So good.
bluer in person? Because it looks like it's black and gray rather than blue and gray.
It does have bluish elements to it. Like they've clearly added blue touches to the paint, but it does have very blackish and gray like feels. If you show the backside of the cape, you'll see a little bit more of the blue right there.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was a stunning piece in person.
It's really pretty. If it was just blue, I think I would probably get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, I mean, it looks perfect.
Yeah, this one will probably not have the same leaning issue that Prime Ones did. So
Probably not.
Probably not.
hopefully not, but
His case is balanced.
yeah. Again, Prime One has had a fix for that, so hopefully we'll see that soon. But
And also, Brian did say that next seam that you see, they are going to work on that, so that's not going to stick out.
okay,
It is on pictures too. So
good. I'm definitely considering this be my first
Mhm.
XM piece for sure. Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it looked really good. Like Susan, I thought in person, I thought it looks even better than it does in pictures. The base is awesome. You know, it's much different than the Prime One piece, which kind of, you know, leans me toward maybe picking this one up because it's different. It's also small.
Did you say it leans me toward?
Leaning towards.
Leans me toward? Is that a lean?
Yeah.
down?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, leaning toward. The only thing is, I think, like Max said, with respect to the blue, I felt like it was kind of an afterthought. Like it kind of looked to me like they finished the piece. It didn't look quite blue enough, so they hit it with the airbrush. Not that it ruined it or anything. It's just, for me, it does. I would agree with Jeff. I think it needs to be bluer. But that was just me.
Yeah, I agree.
Somebody did a Photoshop picture and changed the color to blue, and it was like on the money. I don't remember who or where I saw it, but yeah, I mean, it screams hush when it's blue. Right now, it's just Batman.
Some people didn't like the belt color either. I don't know if it's just too bright or probably the show lights here make it look brighter. Lawrence, is this one you'd pick up?
I like it a lot. I don't think that. I think for a 1/6, no, I'm probably going to stick more with the tweeter head style, but I think it's a great piece.
Awesome. This one I threw in here. This is from Kotobukiya. I don't cover them very often, but I did feel like this was a cool piece. Did anybody see this in person? The Batman Who Laughs?
yeah, I got a chance to check that out. That's actually a really cool piece.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you can't, you know, you do the huge Prime One piece, it's, you know, this would be a cool piece to have. Doesn't take up a lot of space, so.
Yeah, the Prime One piece is one of my most anticipated pieces I'm getting. But I like this pose better. I really think it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done.
Yeah, the pose is awesome. And the thing on this one too, Chris, is when you look at it really close, the detail on his hands is amazing. They really took a lot of time. The paint app and the texture on the hands, you can't see it in the photos, but it's really good. A lot of detail in the piece, and it's so small that I think to make a good accent piece, I think I'm going to be picking this one up.
That's cool.
And one piece coming also.
Yeah.
You know, we all love the bigger statues, but the more and more I see Kotobukiya and Diamond Select and other companies like that, the paint apps on these small things have just been incredible with what they're doing. Really.
One of my favorite pieces, I think, is that I've got the Diamond Select Batman Who Laughs, right? And that thing was $49.
Yep.
And it is super, super cool.
Yeah,
I mean, everything. It's awesome.
I had that one for a little bit, and then I gave it away on the channel. It was just so well done.
Yeah.
I'm just really impressed with Diamond Select.
I like the purple in the collar.
Yeah, me too.
It's a nice touch, really makes the face stand out.
I didn't even notice that, Jeff. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Bloodstorm Batman. This is another smaller piece from XM Studio, but this, of course, is taken from the comic books. And what do you guys think of this one? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It looks pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Was it pretty small? Like, did it seem tiny?
It is small.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, $500.
I also, Chris, heard George talking about this on MCE the other night, and he mentioned that this is a hand sculpted piece.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It does. It looks hand sculpted.
Yeah.
Like the muscles here on the arm.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice looking, and I like the head sculpt. I like those fangs and his cow. His
This is Kelly Jones, right?
that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kelly Jones. I really like the cape, how it's all curled.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It's cool. It's really cool. Let's see what else we got here. This was the only Court of the Dead, new Court of the Dead offering. What do you guys think of this piece? I think she looks really cool.
Is it Elianastus?
I think so.
That looks like Elianastus.
That does ring a bell, yes. I know not many of us collect this line, but I still thought it was cool to throw in here.
Pretty.
Yeah, I love the details.
You know what really stood out? The details are amazing, and the price point for these pieces is crazy as compared to the licensed pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this one in the case, and there was another one behind her, and I think they were both in the $470 range,
Wow.
which
That's
seems
really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, working at Sideshow, is this something that the artists, they really enjoy doing their own as compared to doing more of the licensed pieces? Do they really prefer this route, or?
I don't know that they prefer it. I know that they have a lot of fun with it. You know, like you just get to create something that doesn't exist anywhere else. So it's you, and then obviously Tom's like brainchild, but I don't know that it's a preference so much as it's like a cool thing to get to do one of these pieces.
Yeah, it's awesome. You could just tell they put a lot of effort and work into it, especially the cut and sew, Tim, and just
so
good. So
well, I'm very impressed because the history of this character is that she doesn't actually have like a body. She's spirit incarnate. So I think it's really cool what they did to give her a body and also not at the same time.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, actually, Chris, I don't know if you can tell from these pictures, but if you look at her from the side or the back, it kind of looks like her head is floating.
Yeah, it looks like her head is like really thin neck back here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty. This was the big reveal from Sideshow. This was Cyclops from X-Men. It seems like people either love it or hate it. People have compared it to the Wolverine, the same pose. What do you guys think of it in person?
I thought it was pretty. It was nice. I just, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but it's not a bad piece.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more simple compared to some of their more recent reveals, like Rogue or Gambit.
And I think somebody pointed out to me too that on the base, I think that optic blast line that goes through. I think that's kind of cool. If that's what that is.
That makes sense. That's cool. This is another one from XM. This is Dark Side. This is one of the hits of the show for me. I really like it.
Crazy good.
And it had a couple different swap outs with Superman's cape. Yeah, here's the cape.
Yeah.
A couple of different. That's my favorite. I really like that, and a whole bunch of things on the base. This is 1/6 scale, right, guys?
Yep. And crazy good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't feel like a 6 scale statue. To be honest, when you see it in person, it feels much more. I mean, Darkseid's obviously bigger than a 6 scale, or I mean, bigger than a normal human, so his 6 scale would be as such. But like, the details on this piece were crazy.
Yeah.
I think the paint apps look really good on him too. He looks great.
Yeah, everything about this one, Chris, is crazy. The texture on his skin and the portrait is just awesome. Everything about it.
I don't know if I got a price point. You guys remember the price point on him? He's probably more expensive.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what this one was.
I don't see
Yeah.
it, but I bet he'll be a little bit more pricey. Oh, there's the base. It has all the Wonder Woman, Batman.
Mr. X says $7.95.
Okay, thanks, Mr. X.
That man knows everything.
He does. He's another guy that's everywhere. That's right. This is Deathstroke. I think I have one picture of that. So we've seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is
Like one of the standout. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mac.
I was going to say one of the standout things on that the Deathstroke, I think, is the base. I think that turret.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, very cool.
Is he kind of small?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's small.
That's always been kind of my nitpick with the sideshow piece is that, and that's why I don't have it in my display, is because it just felt so undersized.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping this one would be a little, or at least appear a little bit bigger. This was another big reveal. It had some teasers, but this is a big, giant XM diorama. Again, I feel like XM really kind of won the weekend. I feel like they had an amazing showing. What do you guys think of this thing? It had to be pretty massive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, it was insane how
Yeah.
big it was. But it's cool. I mean, I like it. I just like how, they have everything coming together there on that piece. I just don't know how it's going to be crazy to assemble for sure.
Do you think, is it as big as Sanity?
Oh, it's way bigger.
Oh yeah, it's way bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Hulkbuster-esque, but bigger.
That's crazy. When I saw Sanity this summer, I was like, I just couldn't believe how big it was. So that blows my mind. This is bigger than that.
So is that going to be one piece, or is it going to be individual pieces that go together to make that, or
I believe
did they say?
I didn't really ask him, but I think of course, it's going to be something that you kind of put together. It's also together, but
yeah, Brian said that it's all together. Because also, if you look at the Wonder Woman side, you can see like the rope is wrapped around two different parts of the statue. So there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you okay? You cannot buy it.
Yeah.
It's all one piece. Okay.
Did they mention a price?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean neither.
I just was staring at it.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
How much is Sanity?
Was it 2,400?
Okay, so
Something like that, maybe.
So we know it's going to be upwards in the range of that.
$5,000.
I bet it's.
Yeah, I was going to say upwards of 3.
Yeah, I bet 34. With all these pieces.
So 3 plus Mr. X is saying SGD.
Huh.
Okay. Susan, what did you think of the Sanity piece? I've never heard your opinion on that piece.
I don't know what piece you're talking about.
Oh, it's the David Finch Batman. He's surrounded by the villains.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's an amazing piece.
It's incredible.
I love it. Oh my gosh. No, it's spectacular.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's just such a cool piece.
So, Chris, I'm waiting for you to get that now that you have this.
I know. And I have my new cave here, and so I'm still trying to figure it out. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so hard because, seeing it in person this summer, I'm still trying to envision it sitting next to all my 1/3 prime ones.
I got you.
If 60% of my collection is prime 1, I just don't know if it'll look good together. And then next to all of my premium formats that I have behind me, I don't know yet.
I think it would look fine.
I think it would too.
Yeah, I have XM mixed with prime 1. It doesn't look bad.
It's definitely on my list. That's for sure.
Well, I think you should just go ahead and do it. So.
All right.
Agreed.
All right, you can send all your money to PayPal, guys. This was another one from XM. This was Eddie. This was a kind of a surprise. They're kind of going into the rock and roll statues here, but I thought this was really cool looking.
Yeah, very cool looking piece.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many fans, statues will want this, but it's really, I'm sure there's a lot of collectors that would love it.
So I was talking to Brian about that piece, and he said that he would love for Iron Maiden to get the piece and take it up on stage and break it with guitars.
That's amazing.
and then sign the broken pieces.
That'd be cool. Do it all for free. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's like, did you guys see that Jim Lee signed a bunch of the Prime 1 stuff at their store?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're auctioning it off. It's so cool. Really neat. Let's see. Got some more X-Men there. I've seen her. What do you guys think of Gambit in person? I just think this is an amazing statue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gambit's pretty rad.
Gambit looks really good.
A lot of people are really excited about that one.
One thing that struck me about him is how big he is.
Yeah.
I mean, from
Are you talking about width? Like he's just wide?
front to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, depth, exactly.
Yeah, depth is.
Looks like 2 feet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
easy.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
He's big. He's cool though. I like him.
Yeah.
This is another one cool. That's cool. It just went up for pre-order today. This is the Green Lantern. This is 1/6 from XM as well. What do you guys think of this one? I think the greens look really great on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that piece is awesome.
Yep, agreed. I also like that the Green Lantern ring is anything that you can imagine can come out of it. So the fact that like a ton of Green Lantern statues just have him standing there or like with a really basic construct always bothered me. So the fact that this one is just like Arsenal. Like I love this one.
Yeah, it's sweet. And it looks good from the back too.
Oh yeah.
It just looks like it has a lot of depth too. Like there's just so much direction and movement going on with him being still. It's pretty neat. Cool piece. Anybody gonna pick this one up?
Susan is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably will.
That's cool. I'll be looking forward to your review.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I love it. This was another really cool one. I really like it. This was the 1/6 Harley Quinn from XM. So this is not part of their Samurai line. This is just part of their regular comic book line. But I think this one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool piece. I still like the Samurai one was just.
No, the Samurai one is.
Yeah, that one is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's one that's really grown on me too since I first saw it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get to that here in just a second here.
Yeah, I couldn't wait.
This one, if you don't know much about it, you guys can get it with just Harley and the base or with the dogs. So there's 2 options of how you want to order it, but I like the dogs. I think they're cool.
Yeah, Chris, this actually may be my first XM purchase.
Really? That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've got the Tweeterhead hyenas.
Yes.
But I don't love the Tweeterhead Harley. I love this one a lot.
Yeah.
Thinking about getting her, without the hyenas to match with Tweeterhead's hyenas because Tweeterhead did a great job with the dogs. So
They did. There has been some comparison. Some people kind of feel like it's a little too close to Tweeterhead's with the pose of both dogs.
Yep.
But I do love that they incorporated that. That was the only thing I didn't like about Tweeterheads is that I wish Harley had been incorporated with the dogs.
Right.
Instead of a separate statue. But that's what I do like this one. I love the base. The base is incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really fun.
I think I might have a picture of the base here. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really love the joke. Anything with
That
the
is
joke.
cool.
That's neat. And all the dynamite and the bullets. You see all the bullets in there. It's so cool. lot going on with this piece. Let's see. Sideshow was giving away a Iron Man. What do you guys think of this one in person? I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, the base is insane.
Yeah.
Does it really look like it looks like fire in all the photos? Does it really look like that in person?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's amazing.
It does, and it's
Wow.
much brighter in
Yeah.
person. Like,
It's hard to capture on camera. You're right, Dan.
it is. Although George mentioned, and you mentioned something earlier, Mac, about not being able to unsee something. Well, George on MC the other night mentioned, he said he compared it to a nightlight, and now I can't not see it as a nightlight.
Well, you ruined it for me too.
Yeah.
You guys can send your cards and letters to George at
Exactly.
Well, there it is.
I like it.
Iron Man nightlight. Over.
Hey, that's a really expensive nightlight.
I was gonna say that's a very expensive nightlight.
Be like, welcome to my bedroom.
Yeah.
Are you
Put it on a clapper.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jeff, are you getting this one?
I haven't ordered it, but it's calling me in my sleep at night. So
I got new words for you, actually kind of three, but live pre-order. Here we go, Jeff.
no, I have a little more willpower than that. I don't know. It just does. I love the bass. I love the movie stuff. I like the suit.
Well, it fit in with your collection really well.
Yeah, I've got the Mark 46 already, so
Sounds like you're
that one
talking,
is kind of cool.
sounds like you're talking yourself into it, Jeff.
I think so.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
I don't know. I really like the new one from Iron Studios too.
Oh yeah, that's a great piece too. Dan, you're getting that one, right?
Yeah, for me, it was either that one or the one you just showed, and I went with the Iron Studios piece.
Yeah.
It will go with the Captain America really well.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. This next one is from Kotobukiya again. I love the statue. I don't know how is it small?
It is. Yep.
Yeah. I really wish this was bigger, like 1/4 scale. Could you imagine? Like how great?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How
Four
small
scale.
is it?
Oh, I don't know why companies aren't doing this kind of pose in that scale. I know it would be a big piece, but man, look how awesome this is.
Yeah, that thing's sweet.
I love it. Love it.
How big is that?
Jeff, I think it's probably
Yeah.
8th scale.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's 8th scale.
Oh man, really? That's smaller than I thought even.
Yep.
Yikes. Well, that's too bad. So we saw the Joker. We've seen him before, but what do you guys think of him in person? I still think he's a great piece.
Yeah, I think he's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I do feel like the likeness is not perfect, but I do feel like the tailoring is really well done.
Yeah.
Chris, he's another one that these hands and arms in person look crazy real. The paint app and the texture is really good. This one looks better in person than it does in pictures. And I will go so far as to say, and I don't, you didn't show the Queen Studios piece, right?
Not yet. It's coming up.
Okay. Then I'll reserve comment for that one.
Okay. One thing I do like about this is the background, having the jail cell in the background. I think that's really neat. And again, I just feel like the tailoring is just really well done. And skin tone is sometimes really hard to do, especially at the scale. And I feel like just having the paint and stuff on his hands, that was a nice touch.
Yep.
And the hair looks good. I like it.
And the fact that you can put the prison bars in front of him.
Yeah, that's a neat touch too.
Yeah.
This was sculpted, wasn't this matte black? I think that sculpted this one.
I'm not sure.
It seemed like the clothes fit a little bit better on this than the Queen Studios.
I agree. I feel like the tailoring
look a little better.
Yeah. Side profile looks really good. Another one from Queen. This is from XM Studios. This is the Lobo. Can't remember if he had been shown at some of the conventions or not, but there's some nice switch outs here.
Yeah, I love that piece.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I don't even like Lobo as a character, and I like this piece.
I'm with you, Susan.
The colors are really cool on him.
Yeah.
Was he very big too, or was he? Looks like
He's not big.
No, not big.
No.
Yeah, he's relatively small.
Because he's in the 6 scale line, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine the bike makes it seem bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for that scale. But a lot of detail throughout this piece. I know
The
a lot.
energy scenes look cool coming out the back.
Yeah. every company has done a Lobo now. So it's a lot of great options for collectors at different scales. I think I still prefer the Prime 1, but this is a close second for me. I really like it. This was another one, I think, from Kotobukiya. I just threw it in here. Show off some other Batman stuff here. Nightwing. A cool little piece. All right, so here is the Queen Studios joke. So as far as I know, this is the same pose as the Sideshow piece. I have been told and heard that Prime 1 is also doing the same pose. And they are working with another company on theirs. So this one I've heard kind of hit and miss. I heard people really love it, or they felt like it was, super kind of doll-like, and the hairline was not right, and the face sculpt was not necessarily Heath Ledger. What did you guys think in person of this piece?
I think in person, I like the Iron Studios better than the Sideshow. Just by looking at the two, like in person.
The Queen Studios, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, the Queen Studios.
Did it seem like it was true 1/3 scale?
It was no, because it's weird because he's sitting down, so it doesn't really look that big to me. But I just thought that it just looked more like Heath Ledger.
What do you think, Dan?
I felt like the portrait is a little closer. If the Sideshow piece is 85%, this one's 90%. I don't like the hair on this one. You mentioned the hairline. I think between the miss on the hair and the tailoring not being as tight on the clothes, that to me he looks. You mentioned doll-like. For me, he looks like a doll.
Gotcha.
The head looks like a doll more than the Hot Toys figure did.
Right.
Well, to me, this I had the Hot Toys, that like the original one. I think I had the first two, and there was one, maybe it came with the bank robber, and it had a head sculpt that looked almost identical to this. It didn't necessarily look identical to Heath Ledger, but it was still a good sculpt, and I feel like this is just a bigger version of that. It's almost identical to me. I think it does look good, but I feel like it definitely could be worked on. And I think Queen Studios did say that they were going to tweak it, especially after feedback. And they did that with the Wonder Woman life-size bust. That didn't necessarily look like Gal Gadot, but I think this one has potential. I feel like they should add something behind it, like Sideshows, if they're going to do something like that. What did you guys think of the base? Did you like the base on it?
Yeah, I thought the base was all right.
I thought it was too plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the tailoring could also use some work.
Yeah.
I feel like, at a smaller scale, I think Sideshow did better. But they've also been doing it longer. So.
Yeah.
His
head seems a little big for the body.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Jeff. The anatomy looks strange. This picture to me illustrates it really well. And this one, the anatomy looks odd to me.
Kind of bobblehead-like almost a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also felt like, and the reason why I mentioned him being a little smaller for a 1/3, there was a photo before they had the hair, like they just had like him kind of first painted, and somebody was holding it in their hand. And to me, it felt more like maybe just like a slightly bigger 1/4 scale. That's why I was curious as to if you really thought it was a true 1/3, because it just didn't seem like he was going to be that big.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to see him side by side. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be a good one.
That'd be cool, and I'm really anxious to see what Prime 1 delivers. I would assume that they will do the hair like this also instead of sculpted, but
yeah, I you know what I'd look forward to on that one, Chris, is the base.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. These were also done by Queen Studios. These were pretty fun.
These are really fun.
And they're really cute.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Bane is not out for pre-order yet. Joker's already shipping. We do have a review on the channel if you want to check that out. And then also Batman here. I really like the Batman.
Awesome.
Like whack-a-mole. I think it's pretty great.
Like whack-a-mole.
Chris, how much are these pieces?
I think they were like less than 300.
Okay.
I think they're like 250.
Nice. Okay.
So I didn't feel like that was too bad because they have some nice depth to them, don't they? I mean, don't they have a little bit of nice size to them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they do.
The Joker one's pretty tall, like taller than it seems for a cartoon-esque statue.
But I just feel like these are a lot of fun. This was an offering from PCS. This is The Rock. I think this is one of the best in show. Like, just the likeness is incredible.
Yeah, that thing was insane.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really cool. I know not everybody is wrestling fans.
But if you're not a wrestling fan, you're a rock fan, right?
Right.
Like, The Rock transcends wrestling.
Yes. Yeah. That's old school rock right there.
Old school rock.
That's it. That's
the people's eyebrow.
90s rock right there. Yep.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were there. Do you guys see them?
That's cool. I've actually met both those guys.
Yeah. A lot bigger in real life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have a picture next to Kevin Nash. I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
He just dwarfed me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's tall.
Yeah.
But cool piece. This is another one I'm just so excited about. I cannot wait to own this piece. What do you guys think of this in person? Scarecrow.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the base.
That's a cool piece.
Yeah, I think the base is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he's a lot bigger than
He's big.
people are expecting.
Another one that front to back, Chris, is really deep.
Yeah.
So I might have an issue with my display, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time to get a bigger display.
You're going to need a bigger display. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the base. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
So it looked like that you could see that there was a bit of a face underneath the mask. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some depth there in the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hard I feel like at San Diego Comic-Con, like the glass they had him in was so bad with the lighting.
Yeah.
He just didn't photograph well at all, but I feel like he's shown way better in this convention. Pretty awesome.
These pictures are actually really good, Chris. Your pictures, the lighting in your pictures is better than the lighting actually seemed on site. It actually seemed kind of dim.
Really?
In the side of the booth, yep.
It was. It was very hard trying to take pictures of the stuff in the cases with the lighting and everything.
Yep.
I bet, yeah. This was another, I feel like, hit of the show, and you guys mentioned it earlier. This is the Samurai Harley Quinn. So this is going to be by XM Studios, and it's going to be 1/4 scale. And when I first saw it, I was like, I just don't know about the bike and the pinks and all that. But it's really grown on me. So what are your thoughts on this Harley?
So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
This was my favorite thing I saw at the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. So when I first saw pictures of it, I really didn't like it that much, and then when I saw it in person, I fell in love with it. So
yeah,
it's an awesome piece, and
it's amazing.
It's there's so much detail in that piece. You just every time you look at it, I think I caught something different every time I looked at it.
I completely agree, and there's very few pieces that I like every single one of the swap outs.
Yeah.
And I can see myself displaying this every way that you possibly could.
Yes.
Do any of you have the Samurai pieces? Any of the other in the collection?
I don't.
I do not.
So would you own this just as a standalone piece?
I collect by character, and Harley's on my list, so yes.
There you go.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, Chris, this one's going to probably cost me a few grand because, because she's awesome, which means I'm going to need the Batman to go with her.
Yeah.
And the piece I'm sure you're going to show next or within the next couple.
This head sculpt sold it for me.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick, I'll ask the whole group, if you had to pick between this and let's say the Prime 1 New 52, Harley that's got the gun and the mallet.
Oh,
Which one would you pick?
Oof. That's so tough. Wow. That is so tough.
Okay, that's really tough, but I think I'd still go with this one because of the uniqueness to it in my collection. You could get another New 52 Harley statue someplace else, but I couldn't get this anywhere else.
Well said.
Yep. I agree. It's just so unique. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have this one.
Selling it for Dan.
Sold.
That's cool. That's cool. Another one from XM is Shazam. This is another 1/6 scale piece. I think this one's cool. Kind of concerns me about the lean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was my only thing.
something I thought of was you have to be really careful where you display that because that thing will not hold up well in heat.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you have to have it high enough to be able to see the face.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It didn't,
especially with the hood on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the hood version here.
so Jeff, it was probably at about 5.5 feet on site, and there was no issue seeing his face at all. They did not have him perched, too high. And matter of fact, when I didn't even see it, I didn't even see the hood down. I didn't see this version. I only saw it with the hood up, and even with the hood up, I didn't have any issue at all seeing his face. So
I love the hood up.
Yeah, me too.
Portrait.
Did he light up?
Yep.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
They're saying that the title's blocking some of the images. You wanna?
Yeah. Let me get that off there.
So Susan, when your collection arrives, will we get a room tour?
I've always been super weird about doing that, but I think now is the time.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Like a reintroduction. Finally show off the things that I have.
That would be.
So I have to ask, would you be a featured collector on my channel?
Oh, totally.
All right, that's awesome.
I started collecting with Batman and Catwoman, so I would have to be.
There you go. That's awesome. That'd be great. All right, let me go back in here and see if make sure.
I was kind of surprised that Sideshow didn't bring the Flash.
Yeah, that Juggernaut and Colossus too.
Yeah, that's right, Mac. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, it is weird. All right, we also saw Snake from PCS. I feel like this one's kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he wants me to ruin this one for him too. Again, another George comment that just stuck with me. I hope he's watching. So his right arm with the gun, shouldn't it be in that position with the gun? Shouldn't the arm be extended? Like, gun like that, right? Like, okay, no.
Right. I heard a lot of people said the gun looked really, really cheap. Like, really
yeah, it there's no detail on the gun at all. The barrel's completely smooth. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I also thought that about his face.
Yes, I was going to say that.
His face looked like he was wearing like a lot of makeup or had plastic surgery or something.
Yeah,
it looks like a kind of a caricature doll, bobblehead.
Yes.
Too. Yeah. I don't know. It's just silly, but it's cool. They're making him because no one else is making things like that. So
that's true.
It's cool. This one I like. This was a really cool Spider-Man. What do you guys think of this one in person? Again, PCS made this guy. Nope. Guess I only had a couple of pictures on him.
It's not full screen. So they can't see it.
Yeah.
I thought that Spider-Man was awesome. The base.
I agree.
The base was like the best thing about it.
I feel like every company that's doing one of these PS4 Spider-Mans is knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
There's just something about that costume or that game that is really capturing Spider-Man really well.
Yeah. It's a fun game too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Mac, that like you said, the base and the contrast between the base and the suit. You know, high gloss, wet look on the base and his matte suit. Awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Yeah.
Is that showing full screen? We're close to it.
Closer than before.
Close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, that pose is awesome too.
It's doing that.
Yeah, Chris, let's talk more about Harley.
Yeah, let's just go back to her and do the rest of the show with her.
This is another good one I really thought was good
There
too.
we go.
Yeah, this one was great.
Yeah, awesome.
There are very few Robins that I ever like.
Me too.
Not a fan of the character, but this is one that if I was going to get a Robin, I would definitely consider this one.
My eyes were drawn to that piece every time I was near it. Every time.
It's really nice. I like the other portrait that they showed. There was some different.
This one.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the better of the portraits.
Yeah.
This one, it was sitting right next to Harley, and I feel like they stole the show. The two of them were just awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's 1/4 scale, correct?
1/4, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like how they have their statues out of glass. I know it's risky to do that, but I do appreciate that for photos.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like it too, but I was asking him too, like, don't you get worried about people like just touching it and like just breaking it? And they were like, no, we really don't have too many problems with people getting too close to them and bumping them and touching them. So
I think
that's interesting because that was always a huge problem.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Mm-hmm. Like kids banging on those podiums were like the worst problem.
Yes, and there were so many people around him at all times. Like I was just freaking out myself. So
the guys that set up that booth, the GFX guys, I met those guys in Denver, and they had the exact same display set up, same stands and everything. So I'm assuming it's the same stuff they had in Denver. And there were so many people touching the statues, and I just cringed every time. And so I thought maybe they just bring it out, and maybe they have a couple just in case something breaks. But I definitely can see where people touching it. Like, I don't know why people think, oh, I can touch that. But
the other thing you had too is you had people with cameras that were millimeters away from all over the statue with cameras and lighting and tripods and
it was
those are the people that were annoying Mac and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So did the Robin base have vine that goes to a poison ivy?
You know,
is that
you know what?
Like the vine?
I didn't notice that, but I think you might be right.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
Didn't they did a samurai?
Yep.
And
she's very similar, even the flowers.
Yeah. And she's a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just costing me more and more money. That's all.
Yep. You're in so much trouble.
I really am.
Welcome to XM, my friend.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
This is another one, Starfire. Some people did say that maybe they changed out the green stuff out of her hand. I don't remember if that's smoke or what it is, but I do think this is a phenomenal statue. Beautiful.
Yeah. I think that the face sculpt and the whole anatomy of that piece is awesome.
I really like the
very young Christy Alley.
Yeah, very true.
Oh yeah.
She's from Kansas. But cool piece. I really like the purple, the shimmer.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with the paint apps.
I got something funny to say though. When I was standing by this piece, I was like just looking at it, and I heard this lady. There was a guy standing there just like staring at it. His wife was walking behind him, and she says, "Stop staring at that." She's like, "Don't get any bright ideas."
Oh man.
I could see that being a problem in some collectors' houses for sure.
He was just studying it like way too hard.
Yeah, I don't think it could be in my house with my boys. I don't think. It's too funny. Supergirl by XM. This is another 1/6. People haven't loved the face.
That was my problem with it. is the face. I loved everything else about it, but the face.
Yeah. Same.
And that's something they might tweak.
It was
the face was cool.
awesome seeing a Supergirl statue where she's not floating in the clouds with doves.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Although I have to tip my hat to Stanley Art Germ because he did an amazing photo with that. Everybody's using it.
It's beautiful artwork. It's just the only thing we've seen. It really seems like that.
Yeah.
Not that that's not beautiful. It certainly is. It's just something different with this.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
We rarely get to see Supergirl being powerful, and this to me was her being powerful.
Yep.
But
I
the
agree.
face.
Yep.
But the face.
She needs a powerful face. That's what we need.
Speaking
Or
of
just a better one.
Yeah.
Speaking of powerful Supergirl, I'm not sure if any of you guys watch her on the show on CW, but you see they took her skirt away. She's wearing a Superman.
Pants now.
Yeah.
Pants.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess I had a few more of her than I thought. I think that's the end. I think. All right. So those were the photos. So do you guys all agree that the Harley and Robin are kind of the best of the show?
For me,
Yeah.
Harley was best in show for me.
Yeah. Yeah, those two, obviously those two and the GLA versus Darkseid.
Oh yeah.
Were you guys surprised by the lack of new from Sideshow? I was pretty surprised by that.
Yeah, they didn't have they did not have a lot, and
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. I mean, maybe it was just due to space, because I would definitely XM definitely had bigger space at the con, so maybe that was why. I don't know.
I mean, that's the same size booth they had last
Yeah, it was
year.
an
I'm pretty sure. And they did bring more new things last year.
They did, okay.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't have a new DC piece. I kind of expected one.
Yeah, I figured that they would at least have one, but maybe it just wasn't quite ready yet. I feel like Sideshow's slowed down a little bit with what they've been revealing for premium format wise. I think they've really been focusing a lot on it feels like lately the other companies, the smaller scale stuff. But I also could see if they're slowing down, maybe that's, will improve quality and things like that. So hopefully it'll benefit collectors, not so much as coming out at once, which is helpful because that's always a problem. But anyway, would you guys want to have any final thoughts about your experience at the show?
I had a great time at the show. I had a really nice meeting everybody that came up and said what's up. And
Same. Yeah, the collector community is obviously for the best part of any show. Just meeting people and saying hey and just talking about all this stuff that we love.
Yep, completely agree. It was just a phenomenal experience. Made it a whole different type of show. I mean, been to a lot of cons over the years, and this one was special in that regard. It was awesome. But I have to say, Chris, we missed you there, man.
yeah,
Thank you very much. It is my mission to go next year. I'm hoping. I would really like to do San Diego. That's like my dream to do that. I'm hoping we can make that work. But if not, I'm hoping to definitely make it back to New York. A lot of you guys know that I was there 3 weeks prior, and I had just the trip of my life. It was amazing.
Yeah,
So-
what show did you get tickets for? I was told that you got, but no one remembered what show it was for. So.
Yeah, my wife got tickets to The Cursed Child.
What?
Yes. It was. It's a 2-day play.
Yeah.
And it was I've seen Wicked and we've seen Hamilton, and so
No, I'm a big Broadway person. That's why I was like asking about, what show did they win tickets for? And everyone was like, I don't know.
and so I'll tell you. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't. I'm hoping to see it when it comes to San Francisco, because it's about to open in San Francisco, and that's where my family lives, and my mom is a big Potter fan too. So we're hoping to go together.
Well, I won't give you any secrets or any spoilers, but the really cool thing is they actually decorate the theater, like the carpet's Harry Potter, the wallpaper's Harry Potter, the sconces on the wall, and things happen in the theater during the show both nights. And so it's just this like the theater kind of comes alive, and it's like watching a magic show. There's all these magic tricks and effects throughout the whole theater, and it was so goosebumps. It was amazing.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait.
So,
I'm
I
so
hope you
glad.
get to see it. That was really cool. And then after we left, we were walking, and there's the To Kill a Mockingbird, and we got to see and meet Jeff Daniels. So that was really cool after the fact. So it was a really cool night.
Okay, well then I think we can all forgive you for missing New York Comic-Con.
So it was cool. And like I said, I got to meet a Tim, which was really awesome. I was hoping to meet PJ that day, but he was busy and we couldn't get it to work out. And so at that time, I was still hoping to be able to come. But anyway, next year is my goal. So anyway, that's what I hope to have happen. But it sounds like an amazing time. I'm really glad you guys got to go and experience all of it. Dan, I want to thank you again for providing all that awesome footage so we can experience it for all of us that couldn't go. So really appreciate you and the work you did.
It was my pleasure.
It's awesome. And Susan, I wanted to say again, it's so nice to have you back in the community. I know you didn't really leave, but
I went underground for a while in hiding.
I understand why you did, and I understand why you're back, and I'm really glad that you're back. And I think the community as a whole is really glad. So I wish you nothing but success. Let us know as soon as you start your channel or do whatever you do. And again,
absolutely.
Feel free to post.
Yeah, you and Zach have done some good unboxings. I've enjoyed watching those live for the Hot Toys figures.
Yeah. He's pretty funny. So he definitely brings the humor to all of that.
That's a lot of fun. Well, much success to both of you. So that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And Mac, I'm glad you got to go. I'm glad that was a fun time for you. And again, congratulations to everybody that got to be a part of that and to be part of the community. Thank you, everybody out there that's watched tonight. I really appreciate you all. Again, thank you for being part of this whole community, because without you, none of this happens. Like, it's all because of you guys that this channel happens, and the group has such a positive community feel right now. And I love where we're at in the community. And again, thank you guys for being in the Rogues Gallery tonight, and thank you for everybody in the chat. Sorry if I messed up the pictures. I don't know what happened with my screen share here, but anyway, thank you again, everybody, for being here. We will be back in a couple weeks for episode number 22. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
Nope. That's fine.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and we'll see you right here in the BATCAVE. Good night, everybody.
Awesome.
See you.
Good night, guys.
Peace.